distractions. Today was an unusual day. There'll be no more distractions. Today was an unusual day. There'll be no more distractions. Today was an unusual day.
The boys are at Run the Hobby.
We're back.
Guess
on
who's
site.
Yeah. And I think the last time we came back from a hiatus, we were also on location somewhere too.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
No,
that was
I
the
lied.
card shop.
I lied. We did the year in review after that.
Oh, yes, we did. Yes.
It's okay. However, we are back on location. We are at Run the Hobby out here in Concord, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, we got a full house here. It's at the convention center, and it's packed out there.
Yeah, man. This thing opened up at 11, and like 10:30, the parking lot was just slammed.
Yeah, I parked
Slammed.
like probably 15-minute walk away.
Yeah.
That's
No
how
way.
busy it is out there.
We were talking about that when I got here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I took one of the last parking spots.
Yeah, it was just one of those things that was just, you know it's gonna be busy,
Yeah.
and then when you just see it just slowly filling up, and you're like, there's still 20 minutes left to.
This is also one of those things where, like, the hobby is just... I thought it was on fire during COVID, but now it's at another level. And I know, there's been some videos trending lately on the internet with, some fights breaking out. There's always some bad apples in every hobby, but this, collecting cards, obviously Pokemon, and then even sports cards now. I think that that baseball card that was just sold recently was like $1 million. So yeah, this
which one was
hobby's
that?
out of control. Paul Skenes or whatever his name is, no?
I have no idea who that
Yeah,
was.
he's the up and coming rookie, or his second year now.
That's a rookie card.
The pitcher.
Yeah, the pitcher.
Oh, okay, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
that
But-
was auctioned off. I think I don't remember who bought it just last week, but yeah, I don't see anything stopping it. I was actually just out on the floor, and I was thinking of buying a box, and I'm like, I have no incentive to open the box.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It's weird. Like, there's two sides to this hobby. There's collecting, and then there's investing, and it's like if I just leave the box sitting there, the value will go up.
It's like that guy on YouTube who does the should I open it or should I keep it sealed with all
Yeah.
the Pokemon stuff,
Yeah.
right? And then it's like, you're right. Like you want to open it because it's fun to open it, but then when you're thinking about like the monetary side of it,
Yeah, right.
You're
You
just
gotta
like,
get
it's-
double-minded there.
like
Right.
the shrink wrap is making this more valuable. Then I open it and there's nothing in it.
Yeah, which
That's unfortunate.
you could look at it, both ways. It is kind of sad that that's kind of where we are.
And like you said, like we were just going around the floor, and we got Buddy next to us over here who's got the Prismatic Evolutions ETB for $475
Yeah, like
for an
these
ETB.
guys. There's reasons Costco's and Walmarts are locking up the gates on these things because scalpers are popping in, and they're being sold at 5 times the price.
Yeah, and that's something I wanna get people's opinion on here is like all those videos that are coming out of all those Royal Rumbles and Hell in the Cell matches that are happening at
Like at
Costco.
Costco's,
Yeah.
at those vending machines.
The vending machines that just popped
Yeah,
up. too in
vending
the
machines
States,
are
like,
wild. Do we have those in Canada?
We don't have the Pokemon ones, but I've seen like Von Mills has like some sport card ones though. But
Yeah,
they
I've
don't have
seen
like they
those.
don't have the Pokemon ones.
But yeah, those are wild. People are blocking off vending machines.
Dude, they're just just standing in front of the machine, arms wide open, and just not letting anybody
They
come.
basically claim it.
They claim the
like,
machine.
it's
I've
mine.
heard some crazy stories. Like
Yeah.
I've seen posts where there's people actually tagging.
Oh, sorry, our boy Cyril just walked by, just taking care of everything. Yeah, he's over there.
Pop your head in,
Yeah.
right there. Pop your head.
All right, for sure. Sounds good.
But like people are actually tracking trucks Like they're tracking trucks where they're being delivered to restock. Like
The MJ
restocking
Holdings
trucks.
thing. I read. Did you hear about that?
I have not.
So these guys who at these the depots where the MJ Holdings trucks leave to go do their deliveries, they're putting like air tags
Air tags
On
them.
the truck.
on the
On the
trucks.
truck, and they follow the
My
truck,
goodness.
and they know what day they're going. They follow the delivery, and they're boom, waiting at the store.
We've gotten to a. I didn't think that like there was even any more levels that we can get to this, but
It's
there's
like
levels. to
degenerate
it now.
levels,
Yeah.
man. This is
It's gonna be at the point where somebody's just gonna buy the factory where they print the cards and just be like, it's just all going to my garage.
and yeah, let me just resell them.
We just resell it in my garage. Like, just going back to like what happened with Prismatic. Like,
What do you think it is? You think it is just the demand? Like, it's not like they stopped printing these sets for such a long. Like, they print them almost 2-3 years. Sometimes.
I'm the believer in it's just the pursuit for the quick dollar.
Yeah,
I
the
want
FOMO.
to I want to make as much as I can, as quick as I can, with the least amount of work.
But it is free money. Like if you claim all the boxes,
But that's like anything,
you know
right?
they're gonna
Like,
sell.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
but that's like anything. Like we remember during COVID when people were hoarding toilet paper.
Yeah. But
Right,
we were
like-
expecting the zombie apocalypse because of COVID.
Yeah, but toilet paper.
No, everything,
need-
you know,
you need
everything
toilet- you need
could
toilet paper, man.
Imagine
Yeah.
it was gone. It was gone.
You're right.
Supply and demand, I guess.
I guess I don't know, but it's still nice to kind of come out to like an event like this and still see the light side of the hobby rather than the dark side.
Yeah,
of it,
that's
right?
true. Like you see a bunch of kids out there genuinely just looking at cards.
Yeah.
Like super excited.
Yeah,
With their parents. Like that's the great side of it.
that's cool, and everybody
Yeah.
here's for the same reason,
Yeah.
right? Like
You
no
know.
one's really here to kind of. I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but no one's really here to like kind of jip you and
Yeah.
commit crimes here or whatnot. But it's good. Run the hobby. It's here. It's good. It's running. It's packed,
Yeah, it's
man.
just started. And,
Yeah. We're sharing a room with some vendors right now, and a lot of wheeling and dealing going on. You see some blooming
Wheeling and
waters, we see
dealing.
some prismatics, we see some surging sparks. We're seeing a lot of things. So we're gonna hop on the floor, see what's going on, and we'll have the sights and sounds of the show.
Yeah, we'll have a few more guests on.
Yeah, and then we'll have some few people on to talk, and we'll catch you guys in a bit.
Just the way it goes. Better blow the whistle. Just the way it goes. Better blow the whistle.
All right, goons. Sunny here, Belligerent Brown Boys. We got Jag, and we also got Aaron from TropicCollects.
Thank you for having me on.
Not a problem, man. We're here at Run the Hobby at the Presidente Banquet Convention Center, whatever.
Something like that.
Something like
Something
that.
like that.
Something like that, whatever it is, right? And so we're here. We got set up shop. The podcast is on site again. And we're here talking to vendors, guests, just fans of the hobby. And we got Aaron here, 15 years old. 15. This guy's got what, 3,100 followers on Instagram?
About that.
3,100. Not bad.
Not bad.
So before we get into that, so 15, Aaron, how'd you get into the hobby? Like, what was it that kind of drew you into this?
So, funny thing actually, the hobby, how I got in was I used to play a video game called NBA 2K20
Right.
during COVID.
Okay.
And it's like a My Team game where like you build your own team with like cards and stuff, and there's an auction house sort of like eBay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everything like that kind of. And that kind of translated to like real life after COVID somehow. Because I
Okay.
was like, hey, I was watching all these YouTubers like, I don't know, like Jess or Christopher London, and they were doing like pack openings, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So like I kind of just joined in, and then eventually in terms of content, I started content because like I went to my shop, I saw a bunch of kids like 2 years ago, like after I was in the hobby, I just went to a shop, like my local card shop, it's called Relics, they're actually set up here too today.
Okay. Yeah.
And they have like this free bin. So I just kept on seeing kids digging through the free bin, which is how I personally started. So I just decided, hey, I'm gonna influence some of these kids, and I'm gonna just start creating content of my own.
Oh, right on. That's cool, man. And so on top of the content, you collect like crazy though, and you're a big basketball guy too.
Yeah,
right?
I am.
Right? Okay. So basketball and the NBA lately has been getting a lot of shtick, I guess, for not being fun to watch.
Yeah.
We've been pretty critical of it over the last year or so. Where do you kind of stand on the product? Like, what's up with the NBA? Like, are you so diehard, or are you kind of with the rest of us and we're kind of slipping away?
To be honest, I kind of swooped down.
Yeah.
Like, I can't watch a regular season basketball game anymore.
Yeah.
Especially since the Raptors are absolute garbage.
Yeah.
And there's not like many exciting players, to be honest. There's SGA, who's like very exciting in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like Ja used to be crazy in his prime when he used to be dunking over people and jumping and stuff. And he hasn't really been doing that recently.
I mean,
and, like, there's a
after-
lot of players that haven't been playing like themselves.
Yeah, I mean, with Ja, when he became Ja Wick, it kind of became a problem. So, I mean, that could kind of derail a guy a little bit too.
For
right?
sure, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like I was just checking out your Instagram, and you're throwing out stats about guys, and you're talking about dudes and what they're doing and what they're not doing. I'm like, you can be on TNT or ESPN or whatever with this guy.
Thank you.
Yeah. So right now, like, when it comes to the state of the NBA and basketball and stuff, like, do you still find the motivation to collect the ball cards, or are you kind of
I find the motivation to collect the ball cards. It just isn't really modern, which I like to collect. I've always been more of like a vintage type of guy.
all right?
So like my biggest card in my collection is a Wilt Chamberlain BVG 3.5 rookie card. I'm a proud owner of that one.
How did you get your hands on that?
Tough question. Easy answer. Just a bunch of trading up, and then eventually I went to that relic shop and they had one which has been laying around for a couple months, and then I made a big deal. Deal's up on my Instagram actually, so go
Yeah.
check it out. It involved a Michael Jordan rookie card. Yeah. I do big trades.
I mean, this guy's talking Chamberlain rookie cards. He's talking Jordan rookie cards, and we're looking at our, LaMelo balls, and we're like, yeah, man, look at this thing.
One
This
day,
guy's
one
talking about
day.
Chamberlain and Jordan. Jesus,
Yeah.
man, that's wild. So where do you see yourself after doing all this, man? Like, is this something that you really want to pursue?
Yeah,
or-
for sure. I definitely want to like tour the world and like become like one of those like sports card content creators like Roth
Oh,
and
yeah.
like Mojo
Yeah.
and like all those big guys.
Yeah.
And then like another thing which possibly could happen is me opening up my own shop.
Right on.
And having it like ran while I'm doing it, kind of.
Yeah.
So that'd be kind of cool.
All right.
Like Cards HQ, like Jeff Wilson's
Oh yeah,
shop.
Cards HQ blew up big time. Jeff Wilson started in a
Yeah.
certain spot, and he's just blowing up too. That guy. Yeah. So that's cool, man. So you're at Run the Hobby, and you just kind of you seem like you know a lot of people here, which is kind of
Yeah, I do.
So what's your plan for today? Just kind of
Just shoot some videos, honestly.
Yeah.
Make connections, which is a big thing in these shows, because if you don't make connections, you're not gonna have anyone who you can make deals with or like even talk to.
for sure. Yeah.
And like even like the first 20 minutes of the show, I like to say hi to everyone.
Yeah.
Just to be friendly and make sure like all that type of stuff.
That's awesome. 15 years old.
Yep.
15. This guy. What was that? What were we doing at 15?
Running outside somewhere, doing something.
Doing something, getting in
Not
trouble
this.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? Forgetting to leave the door locked and getting in trouble when we got back. Like, that's what we were doing at 15.
Yeah.
But appreciate it. Aaron, thanks for coming by.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, this is great. We're going to have all his socials linked in the description, so make sure you follow Aaron, TropicCollects. This is great, man. This is what the hobby's all about.
Yes, sir.
Right? All right, buddy.
Love
Enjoy
to
the
see
show.
it.
Thank you.
you so much.
Just the way it go. Better blow the whistle. Just the way it go. Better blow the whistle.
All right. Just took a little swing on the floor there. A little...
My jaw is on the floor.
this guy's jaw's on the floor. We took a little walk. It is chaos out there, but it's the good kind of chaos though.
Yeah, a lot of people just
Yeah.
the fact that there's not a lot of product out there, as in sealed boxes. I see a lot of people just making trades, making deals. Everyone's got their collection out, which is nice to see.
That's why it's like events like these is great because you're not just like scrolling eBay and like waiting for a deal to show up. You can just come here and just make the deal,
Exactly.
right? Face to face, which is great. And then we ran into a guy, and then he had a bunch of football stuff, and we were just like, Jag tossed out the question. He's like, what's the Aaron Rodgers market like? But Buddy kind of did a double take and
Caught him off guard.
caught him
there.
off guard. But what did he say? Yeah, he made a good point about it.
Yeah, so he's like, in my opinion, I thought that card would have gone down in value a lot because I'm like, his career from what he was from his last MVP to now has been pretty bad. And now he's looking for a new team, so...
Yeah, it's been a downward spiral, I would say, the last 3 years.
Yeah, so I was curious. I'm like, what's the comp on, the card now compared to what it was 3 years ago? And first he said it's pretty good. He's like, he got to the Jets. There's lots of optimism.
Yeah.
So it's like the
So
card
there was
is
a spike
pretty up.
once he got to the Jets.
There's a spike, but he's like, now it's a good time to buy because once again,
I would say it's an
in that-
all-time low. Wouldn't you say? Like
No,
if-
well, that's what he said. Because I asked him like, this guy's character has taken a hit over the last like 2 or
Yeah.
3 years, right? So like, what's the perception? He's like, honestly, now's the best time to do it. Because as
Yeah.
soon as he goes on a team, he's like, it's just gonna go up,
Yeah.
right?
it's gonna be all potential, right? Gonna start back with the
Remember-
potential.
Yeah, remember, like all this stuff is like all based on emotion, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when we could have a guy who's doing nothing right now, but the second he puts something together for like 2 or 3 months and everyone starts talking about him, good luck getting his card,
Exactly.
right? Even like with Pokemon stuff, like let's be real, if let's just assume, big assumption here, that nobody cared about prismatic evolutions.
Yeah.
Let's just say it. We're not staring at these ETBs for $500, $600, $700. We're staring at them at whatever the price is going to be. It's all run by emotion,
Yeah, it is all run by emotion,
Right?
Yeah.
and which is
And now you mix that in with scalping and just the whole other side of it, like
yeah. Like I mean, no matter what hobby you look at, there's always the nasty side to it, right? Like there's always something. There's always bad characters in every aspect of it, but that's fine. But yeah, just to get like his perspective on like how guys' values hold and go up and down. I never really thought about it that way because I just thought once a guy's washed, he's washed.
I think when you're in the hobby, when you're in it to be either buying and flipping cards, like you gotta be on it all the time because you could go throughout a season, a guy's value may go up $30-$40. You're holding like 100 cards, it's a big chunk of change, and like you said, a guy has a career year. The value's gonna go up. He has a horrible year. He puts back, like, he has character flaws.
Yeah.
Destroys their value as well.
Or he just blows his Achilles again in the first quarter, first play, first whatever, and it doesn't even matter at this point. We're not having this conversation about Aaron Rodgers anymore.
But it's funny to me how like the values fluctuate because it's like 1 year, like let's say at the end of a career, right? Aaron Rodgers, everyone's gonna remember the bad, right? The last couple of years, they're gonna value that card low. But then, let's say 15, 20 years from now, they're like, you know what? He's
the
one of the
nostalgia,
5
right? The
greatest
nostalgia
of all
comes in.
time.
Yeah.
And then that value starts increasing again, right?
But then at that point, are you really looking for him in a Jets uniform or are you looking for the Packers Rodgers? You're looking for Packers
Yeah, you're
Rodgers.
looking
You're
for
not looking for
Packers
Jets
Rodgers.
Rodgers.
Yeah,
Like
true.
that's like I think that's where it makes a difference too.
yeah,
Like everybody wants Jordan cards, but nobody wants Jordans in a Wizards jersey.
true,
That's a
true.
good point. Yeah, I've never even actually seen a Jordan's Wizards card.
You know what? The fact that we haven't seen one
Yeah.
and there is one out there makes it even more valuable.
Exactly.
That's probably the only one that people want. Just the one that you can't find. That's jokes, man. But yeah, sports is fickle.
Yeah,
Really
honestly,
fickle.
yeah, like we were talking about before, I'm really surprised with this big turnaround in baseball cards. Like I didn't see this coming.
Yeah.
Baseball's exploding again, and like I remember everybody was collecting them when I was younger. People had collections from the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and I thought they were like worthless. And now like the value just skyrocketed again.
Dude, 2 summers ago, when we were at the CSC, Buddy had an entire box of Vladdy slabbed cards, rookie cards, and he was just trying to get rid of them. 30, 40, 50 bucks this guy was selling these cards for.
Watch when he signs his...
At that time, we all thought that this guy was washed and his career was over,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah,
I didn't even entertain that. Now you look at it, this guy's probably going to have himself a career year. He's going to walk away with $500 million from somebody,
Yeah.
and his car's going to go back up to
Skyrocket.
$400, right?
We already saw out there that it's already gone up.
It's already gone up. People are
Yeah.
just waiting for
you
that
guys
contract.
saw some Vladdies out there?
There's some
Yeah.
Vladdies out there. There's some
yeah?
Vladdies on the
Wow.
floor.
Saw
too,
some
guys.
Bichettes. Yeah.
What was it, like a couple $100?
Yeah, in and around that range.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go out there and do a bit more snooping, and we'll check it out.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know. I'd keep an eye on that card.
Yeah, but like sports being fickle, what we're saying, like no one's really gonna like turn on a Charizard. Like Charizard's not gonna blow his ACL, and like
See,
it's
but
over for
That's
him,
another
right?
thing. I was just talking to him out there about it. I'm just like, all of these EV cards that are coming out, I'm like, they're just so popular, and I'm just like,
It is that effect,
It's-
the Pikachu Charizard
yeah,
effect,
like there's
right?
so
Like,
many cards. Whatever's popular is what we make it out to be. So
Yeah.
right now everyone wants that Umbreon, and then it's like the Charizards, the Pikachus. I'm like, it's always the same cards. It doesn't matter what set it is. It's always going to be the same cards that are popular.
It's the same. Yeah, you're right. It's the same ones. There could be, like, we were talking on a couple of podcasts ago where they have like subsets,
Yeah.
but you can do like a money grab subset of like Prismatic Evolution X, whatever, right? Okay, cool, right? But the second you put that one Charizard in there, or you put that one, Umbreon or whatever in there, that's
Yeah.
different from the main set.
That's
It's
it.
a wrap.
Yeah, it's a chase, right?
Right? People are pushing their kids over to get out of the house to get this thing. It's hilarious. I love it. This hobby's great. It's just story after story after story.
It is.
All right, we're gonna head back on the floor and we'll see if we can come back and name more stories for you guys. So we'll see
Yeah,
what we
we'll check
got.
out some values on some cards, man. I'm interested to see, like, especially the sports side of it. Just how it's changed now.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. All right, we'll see you guys in the next segment. All right, goofballs, we're back, and we got a friend of the pod. We got Cyril from Hope Club. My guy, what's going on?
How's it going, Sonny?
Yeah, it's good.
Happy to be here. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, man. I'm surprised that you survived Vegas there and
Oh my gosh.
showed up.
That was crazy.
This guy was it for like an entire week. All I'm seeing is this guy is just like high rolling Vegas like Daniel Ocean.
I don't
Yeah.
think I could survive a whole week there.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can survive a week in Vegas. But anyway, run the hobby, man. It's a big turnout today.
It's busy,
Yeah,
tired,
yeah.
but I'm happy to see everyone here.
Oh, yeah.
And especially you.
Oh,
Thanks
thank
for
you,
coming.
thank you. Oh, Champ just came by. Here we go.
Join you guys here.
Yeah. But yeah, man. With the show seems to be a really big success this time around because it's a bigger venue.
Bigger
right?
venue, a lot of big names with
Yeah.
big following, and I think that's what happened here. And Greggy, a big influencer. Show your face, Greggy.
Yeah, Greg, get in there.
Yeah, I've been seeing this guy
yeah.
walking around.
Yeah,
I've seen him pop up on
influencer.
Instagram too. This guy's a big deal.
Yeah.
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 So we got influencers kind of all over the place. We had what's that kid's name? Aaron, that tropical
he was Aaron
collector.
too,
Yeah. So
yeah.
he was on. He was the first one here actually. So he popped in. We talked for about 5-6 minutes. So that was cool, right? And it's nice to kind of get perspective on the hobby from like everybody's because we're getting it from the vendor side this time,
Yeah.
right? Because when we were talking, we were just kind of more backstory and whatnot, and now we're getting a lot more insight from the selling side of it,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Which is a territory that we've always been fascinated with.
You guys
Right.
should start selling too.
But come on, man.
You should throw some cards on this table.
We don't have zero
we
have
got-
zero money.
We got one.
Yeah.
We got a Funko.
We don't have that kind of money, but yeah. I mean, we're looking at honestly, buddy. Like, I don't want to say anything, but we're seeing some of these prices for some of this evolution stuff, and it's making my skin crawl.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Evolution.
I don't know, like from your perspective, what you've seen. I've been out of this for 6 months, and I came back, and I'm just like, what is going on here? Like, I feel like that's affected everything behind it. Like, cause I'm like looking at cards. Like, I was telling Jag earlier, I had one of those EVs from the past set. The PSA 10 was like a year and a half, was like $500. So I sold that for like I think $550, like a year ago. And now I see the raw for $500. I'm like, what?
I can tell you guys what's going on here.
Please give us the insight.
The
Yes.
Canadian dollar is super weak.
Yeah.
We're getting tariffed right now. And because product price is up, singles are out, so no
Yeah.
one's gonna let it go for
less.
Yeah, and Pokemon since November skyrocketed.
But is
After
that
the
due
set-
to evolutions, right?
It's part of it, but it's more because a certain set came out
Yeah.
and it just kept climbing when it released. Surging Sparks is what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
talking about.
Surging Sparks. Yeah.
Surging
Came out
Sparks
at
was chaos.
200 was 220 the next week. 2 days after it was at 300, and it just kept selling.
Yeah.
And the card comps kept going up because it's harder to get products, so people rather buy the singles over. The demand on singles got
Singles
higher.
goes up, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair
So,
enough.
so let me get your take on this, because I don't know, I don't remember if we talked about it on the last pod, but like, what do you think the factors is? Is it just an emotional thing, or is it just them not printing enough?
Well, what I do know is they didn't print. They printed less of the last set, Surging Sparks, not prismatic. I was told they cut 20% across the board.
Yeah, so that's huge, right? Like that's gonna affect.
Why? It's because, like during the years of Pokemon, it wasn't this big, right? But now that they cut the numbers because of everyone else cutting numbers, they cut production by 20% as soon
Okay.
as it got hot.
Yeah. Okay. I
That
mean,
makes sense.
it's making sense, but it's still at the same time, it's kind of like it can be controlled at a certain point.
It could be controlled,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like it's like they're running business too, obviously at a
100%.
way bigger scale.
Yeah.
But they still look at
But
the
what's the
number.
incentive? Like, yeah, people value the cards more, but why not print more? They're gonna go off the shelves anyways.
Well, Pokemon knows how valuable they are now,
Yeah.
right? So I think they don't want to crush the market because it won't make
Yeah.
sense for these guys to be here either.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
these guys, if they print a
a
lot
good
more and like the cards will be worthless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, then you won't have these.
Same with sealed
shows.
product.
Yeah.
Everyone's holding on to sealed product now, right? Because it does go. Pokemon is a guaranteed W, no matter what set it is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
according to history. I mean,
But that's
God-
so. I was on the floor and I'm like, I have like I want to buy a box and then I'm like, but it's so double-minded because like the incentive to just leave it closed, sealed, is more so than wanting to open it,
Yeah.
right? Like there's more value in that, and it's like it's a weird place.
Well, I mean, if you open it, there could be a card where
There could be, yes.
that's the main factor.
It's like-
you gotta
it's
risk
like-
it for the biscuit.
You're buying a scratch ticket from the gas station, right?
Yeah.
Like you bought the ticket for $4, but you can scratch it and it's nothing,
Yeah.
right? Or it's $20,000 instant jackpot,
Yeah.
right? Now I know you're busy and we don't want to keep you too long, but I just want to get your opinion on one more thing. Yeah. Oh, the boss is coming. But that story that came out of those guys from the MJ Holdings Depot who were putting air tags in the trucks to track the shipments. Are
you
we
hear
getting
about that?
are we getting to a point where it's becoming psychopathic behavior where guys are trying to find where these cards are going?
I didn't hear about that.
Oh
but,
no? Okay, so I guess it's
but-
here. Yeah.
but yes and no. I mean, no matter what industry you're in, I think there's also always psychopathic behavior, but
Yeah, you're gonna get the bad apples.
exactly. But again, I guess I don't know.
That's yeah.
It's a plus for the hobby because the cards keep rising.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah.
All right,
And
that's
it's
it.
very liquid, so I mean, these guys do anything for.
Fair enough. All right, brother. Thanks for the sit down.
Thanks again, guys.
man.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
bring some more people here.
Yeah, how was it? Hope Club Collectibles. I'll be more. Let's go.
Just the way it go. Better blow the whistle. Just the way it go. Better blow the whistle.
All right, knuckleheads, we're back, and we have another guest with us. We got Caitlin from Dolly's.
How's it going, guys?
This is exciting. Hope run the hobby. Big show, eh? It's pretty busy.
Yeah, so lively. Everything's so busy. I love to see it.
Nice. All right, so we got you on here. So for those of the people that are out there, just kind of give us your backstory, who you are, how did you get into the hobby, and kind of where you're at right now with everything.
So, as my intro said, my name is Caitlin, and I'm from Dolly's. We have multiple locations throughout the GTA. We specialize in Cards, collectibles, board games, sports cards, anything that you can think of, we got it. If you guys are local from Scarborough, we're located there. We have a downtown location, and that's where you can find me on Spadina, and then we have one in Niagara, actually, as well.
Oh, so you're kind of like all over the place, eh?
The Niagara one
Little
must be
bit.
new, right?
Niagara one is relatively new. I think we're coming up to like a year and a half now.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's really popular. So if you guys drive down to Niagara in the summertime, go check it out.
How's the market in Niagara?
It's honestly, surprisingly, it seems a little untouched. You got your like relatively like mom and pop shops that have been around for a while.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with the names or anything. But they're in the area, but it's like
The area is
kind of
also
like an
growing
untapped
too.
market.
Yeah, it's also growing too. They've been like just the housing market was growing there. The casino, like they just put a lot of money in there now. They've also just started in Niagara area, just started putting a lot of money in there for the last 5 years. So that's probably I can tell why that's probably like a gold mine
Even
waiting
from
to
my
happen.
personal collection, like a lot of deals that I make off of Facebook Marketplace, like good ones,
Yeah,
they're
out
usually
there,
down
right?
there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh
that's-
shoot, you know.
So I was like I've been out for like 6 months. I just haven't been in the hobby. But prior to that, anytime I was picking up a card or making a deal, I'd be on Facebook Market. So many people are located out there.
I know,
Like
right?
that's
It's
where
like in,
I'd
like,
have to
the
go to pick up a card.
Ghost towns, really.
Yeah, it's quieter. It's not the chaos of the GTA, I guess, right? The
Right.
golden horseshoe's nice and quiet.
Yeah.
Sometimes there. So, what's kind of like your main thing? Like, are you into like the Pokemon, or are you into? Like,
So,
the
my dad grew up collecting sports.
Right.
So when I was like a kid, he used to make me sleeve like his old like Jordan inserts, LeBron. Like I'm an old
Oh,
kid.
yeah.
Awesome.
So, 06 was kind of like my kid era, right? So
Yeah.
I would sleeve with him and stuff. And as I got older, I watched the Pokemon show. So coming up to the pandemic, my dad is actually a card breaker. He does
Okay.
for sports,
Yeah.
like mostly sports, some Marvel and so on forth. But during the pandemic, he's like, you know your Pokemon, right? And he's like, you wanna try doing Pokemon, right? And I was like, I don't know, like I'm kind of nervous, right? I'm not
Yeah.
like really a person for the camera. I was like 16 at the time. Pandemic, I was like, I'll try it, and then did my first box break, and that's what just set me through. So I kind of do both, like a little bit of both. Like I do have my PC for sports. I usually collect like Ant-Man and LeBron. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
But majority of my collection is actually Pokemon.
All right, shout outs to Dad and the pandemic for getting you really going it. Because that seems to be like a common story with a lot of people. The pandemic just kind of got everybody. Just kind of
Yeah,
into
just
it, right?
Pokemon in general, especially the pandemic. Everybody was at home. Like
Yeah,
people
that's
needed to
true.
find a hobby, right? So like just card collecting became a huge hobby, and just
It
and there was
was-
a big group of people that were just waiting for it, just to do something.
It was really good for my dad though, because like he got to share with his kids. Like it's just me and my sister. Like my sister set up for me today. as
Oh, right
well. My sister and I do breaks together. Shout out Dolly's breaks. But my dad has been doing this even like way before the pandemic. So he was like familiar with the market and everything at the time, and then the pandemic, everything just kicked off, which we're
Yeah.
really grateful for.
It took off, and there's no signs of it slowing down either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Right? And
like-
Pokemon, especially right now, like a lot of people weren't expecting it to actually become what it is right now. Like the market and everything is actually similar to what it was in the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone
Yeah,
knows,
for sure,
Everyone
yeah.
knows how the market was in the
Yeah.
pandemic. So I don't see Pokemon going down anytime soon.
Let's
to
hope
be
not.
honest.
Yeah,
Right?
let's hope not.
Just on a
30th is next year, so
Yeah.
Just on a side, like that's the one great thing, like you kind of see out here as well. Just you were saying like your dad's been doing it for so long, like you do get the generational thing, right, with this hobby, where like parents pass it down to their kids, and you can kind of do it as a whole family. Like
Yeah,
you see
we love
tons
it.
of dads and moms out here with their kids, right?
Yeah, we're
It's a
seeing so
beautiful
many
thing.
families walking around right now.
Yeah.
yeah, I
right?
love to see it.
It's cool. That's really cool. You don't really see that in other hobbies a lot, where like it's the entire family comes out and they all have their thing
Yeah, right?
that they're really into, and then it's just
Yeah,
like
it's
they're
really
just
cool.
supporting each other. Where it's like, oh, you're the Pokemon kid, fine, that's great. Oh, you're the One Piece guy, all right, fine.
Yeah,
You know,
right?
whatever.
Yeah.
Hockey, fine. That's great. That's a really great thing about this hobby, man. And you kind of see it from both sides, I guess, right? From the vendor side and from the buyer side, right? So it's kind of wild, like how it's just gone to like this cycle level of craze when it comes, right? Not even just like with the wanting of the cards, but like the pricing and stuff too, right?
I've been in like all of it, like when it was at its high, when it was at its low, when it was at its high again. Like I've been in this for about 6 years now.
Yeah.
So obviously there's been drastic highs, drastic
Yeah, you've seen the highs and
in
lows.
the mids and stuff. Yeah,
So do you find from like the vendor side of it, like do you find that it's more challenging now to get your hands on things, or do you still have kind of like that rapport with like where you're getting your stuff from before?
relatively speaking, everything is, I'm not going to say mass produced, obviously, but it's really not. But at the same time, Pokemon isn't like serial number like sports is.
Right.
Yeah.
So like the common Giratina, Gengar and stuff you can always come across. Market-wise, it's always like the trade values and stuff. But vending and finding supplies is hard. But I do try to tend to cater to a lot of different demographics. Like in my booth, usually when I set up, I have lower price range slabs. Like I have like $30-$20 slabs, and then I have like obviously a couple big boys, need eye appeal.
Of course.
But I try to cater towards all demographic, and usually just based on the market right now, everything is really moving. And I want to obviously keep it not as expensive for the kids. So usually find stuff that are affordable for the kids, pretty looking,
That's key, because once you get a demographic that's priced out, then they just get turned off and they never come back.
But they're the key, right? They're going to continue that. Like they're gonna be the ones continuing the hobby, right?
It's kind of like trying to go to like a Leafs game or a Raptors game. Like so many people have been priced out where you can't even enjoy the experience anymore, which is a shame. Well, let's see. Maybe it'll turn around.
Yeah, hopefully. Right. But I try to cater to all demographics. Obviously,
awesome.
What matters is the next generation.
Of course, 100%. All right. Well, thanks for having to sit down.
Thank
I know
you
you're
for
having
having me. Really appreciate it.
This is
really
great.
fun.
We'll have a link to all the socials in the description, so check out Dolly's, and thanks for the sit down. Goons, we are back live from Run the Hobby, and we've got B with us right now.
Hello.
B's apparently a big time cosplayer in the GTA.
I wouldn't say big time, but I'm getting up there.
Getting up there? Cool. So give us the backstory. Like what was it that kind of got you into the whole cosplay thing?
To be honest, when I started, cosplay was kind of just a way for me to express my love for the media that I like, you know?
Yeah.
And it kind of snowballed from there, you know? I started last year at Comic-Con, so right now it's kind of my 1 year mark.
Oh, right on. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've been enjoying it so far.
Now, it's a bit of an investment from what I hear when it comes to cosplay, right?
For me, I love to call myself the budget expert.
All right,
I thrift stuff. I make stuff out of cardboard, recycled materials all the time, and it just feels more satisfying.
Yeah.
knowing that you
Yeah, I was
didn't
gonna
get
say that's probably part of like the fun of it, right? Like actually creating your own.
Yeah.
Right. So.
And
So-
you get to learn valuable life skills as well, sewing.
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like that,
yeah, for sure. So when you do the cosplay thing, like, do you already have like, I want to do this eventually, or do you kind of sit there and think about what's gonna be the next one I want to do?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, after every event, I'm obviously gonna be like, oh, what's next?
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll just be like, sometimes I'll just have some like a backlog of, we call it cost plans.
Okay.
So it's just like stuff that I'll eventually work on. And it's like, I don't get a lot of time because of work and school, but when I do, I can just sit down, make something, and then hopefully for the next, I don't believe in like deadlines or anything like that.
Right.
But it's nice to have something to kind of go off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's kind of like the timeline? Like, how long does it take you to kind of go from the plan to executing to like actually having it ready to go?
It honestly depends, because sometimes I've executed something in less than like a week.
Oh, no way.
Sometimes it takes me like 3 months. It just depends on how much time I'm willing to sink in
Yeah.
between the time.
Also, probably the complexity of what you're trying to pull off.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Like there's some things I pull all-nighters to do, and then there's other things that I can slowly do over a few months kind of frame.
What are some of the ones you've done?
I've done my first one actually was Crocodile from One Piece.
Oh, right
nice.
on.
And
Okay.
I've done Akainu from One Piece. I've done Killer from One Piece.
Oh, One Piece.
We're getting a theme here.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I love One Piece.
Yeah.
So, the most recent one I did was Barney from Half-Life.
Okay.
Beppo from One Piece. And all of these.
That's a tough one.
That Beppo one would be really cool. to see.
Yeah.
We'll get the link to your socials. You have all that on there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that'd be cool.
Yeah, no
to check out.
problem. Yeah, it was. They're all varying, and I wouldn't say it's difficult, but it's a nice hobby to have.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not something that's gonna stress me out. No way.
Yeah.
Of course not, especially if you're having like a blast doing it, right?
Exactly.
It doesn't feel like a hobby at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like with all like everyone that's here right now, like with collecting cards, like they love doing it. It doesn't feel like it's
Yeah,
anything but
But it never
something
feels like
they
a
like.
job, right? It's just
Yeah.
it's a hobby. You're having fun, right? You're enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah, and Cyril had mentioned you work at Hope Club as well, right?
Yes,
So
I
do you
do.
do the TCG thing as well?
I am trying to get into it. I
Okay.
just started, so I'm not running any tournaments or anything.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to learn how to do it just so I can help out with the community
Okay.
and get to know everyone a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like that's always a good thing.
I'm guessing One Piece. Have you dabbled in One Piece yet?
I actually haven't.
No.
The only TCG I actually played was Magic.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're an old school Magic player. Yeah. Magic.
Magic's been huge, man. Like that
Yeah.
thing is it's the original one, and
Casual Commander with friends. Always, you can't go wrong.
right on. That's cool. Any like One Piece, just like no time. You haven't got time to get into it, or you just like it's
No time.
Not really. Just no time? Yeah, One Piece. It feels like there's a bit of a learning curve to it.
I
Yeah.
still haven't picked it up.
Right.
I still haven't even given it a try yet.
Yeah, and it's like I learn by doing.
Yeah.
And I haven't got a lot of
Yeah.
chance to play it, so.
Yeah,
That's the best way
that's
to
that.
learn, right? You gotta actually do it.
Yeah, because we've been collecting since the first set came out, but we haven't played a single game with it.
Okay.
And we're trying to figure out how we're gonna get to play. But again, it's like going to these tournaments, just watching people play it,
Yeah.
right, and figuring it out. Because watching YouTube videos, it's like watching a YouTube video to fix your golf swing. like you're not gonna do it by just watching a YouTube video.
you
Like
gotta
you have
do
to
it.
get out there and do it, right? And time, I guess, that's the thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You had mentioned Anime North. Is that something you attend every year?
I mean, starting last year, yeah,
Starting
I
last
guess.
year.
Yeah.
Is it as big as ever? I was going like 15 years ago, so it was big
I
back
honestly,
then. So.
I honestly didn't know that it was even a thing back then.
Oh yeah, it's been around for quite a while.
Yeah,
like-
that's awesome. I honestly think the Anime North is the most casual and nice convention.
Yeah.
It's never too crowded. Like
Yeah.
Comic-Con and Fan Expo will always be crowded.
Oh
because
yeah,
Fan
yeah,
Expo
yeah.
is chaos.
Fan
man.
Expo is
Yeah.
chaotic.
It brings in all kinds of
Yeah.
people. But I feel like Anime North is zeroing in on cosplayers and anime.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why I asked because especially somebody who is doing cosplay, like Anime North is the place.
Yeah.
Place to go.
A lot of open spaces
Yeah,
to take pictures
yeah.
and stuff. It's
And
glorious.
it's a huge community. Like people cosplay there all the time.
Yeah.
Right? So
The thing about the cosplay community is like everyone knows someone that you know. You'll be
okay.
like, hey, I love your cosplay. Can I get your Instagram?
Yeah.
And then you'll see like followed by person you know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, because honestly, like, when it came to cosplay, like I was very ignorant to it because I didn't pay much attention and I didn't understand it. But the more and more I saw it, I'm like, this is crazy. Like
Yeah.
people are putting effort and their
it's
lives
when you go
into
to
this
these
thing,
places like
right?
Fan Expo, even Anime North, like the stuff you see, like the effort that goes into these things, it's off the charts.
Like I'm not gonna lie, like when I first heard about it, I was just like, it's just a Halloween costume. But then when I started seeing more and more of it, I'm like, okay, I was totally wrong. This is something completely different, right? And I see some people spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on this thing with like moving parts and lights and
The
everything.
way
and, yeah.
sorry for cutting you
No,
off,
no.
but the way I like to see it is that if you're having fun, you're cosplaying.
Fair.
If you're
Yeah,
dressed
that's a
up
great
as
way
a
to put
character
it.
and you're having
Yeah.
fun, you're a cosplayer.
That's
a great way
true.
to put it.
There was-
It's like it's like it does more harm than good in the community to kind of not be accessible. So I just
Yeah.
like to have it be. We're all having fun here. We're all
Yeah.
playing dress up.
Of course, we need more of that in the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're divided enough. Let's all get
Exactly.
together.
Exactly.
Let's all cosplay and play TCG at the same time. Oh, an idea for
there's an
Nakadex
idea
Run the
for-
Hobby, the
there you
cosplay
go.
TCG tournament. There we go.
Oh, okay.
All right, B, thank you so much for sitting down
Thank
with us,
you
man.
so
We
much.
appreciate it.
Thank you,
All the
man.
best. We'll have the
Appreciate
link to the socials in the description. Enjoy the rest of the show, my man. Thank
too.
you.
Just the way it go. Better blow the whistle. Just the way it go. Better blow the whistle.
All right. right, psychopaths. We're back, and we got Francis with us this time. Top
You gotta be a
prospect.
little bit of a psycho to
What's
be in
up?
this hobby right now.
Hey,
yeah,
man.
seriously.
The way that this show is going compared to the last one, this is a little psychotic, isn't it?
It's a little hectic here, actually. I mean, we did expect like a big turnout,
Yeah.
but this is like beyond what we expected. Definitely need a bigger venue for the next one.
Which is always a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Always a good thing, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So, I mean, from the last time that we talked, from the first podcast that we did,
Yeah.
what's new, what's exciting outside of the blowing up of the Run the Hobby?
I mean, you know what? Yeah, from the last Run the Hobby, which was back in December, till the one now, it's definitely like scaled up from what we did the last time. You know, we have you guys coming on, which is completely new. You know, you don't really see many guys doing pop-up podcasts. So we thought that was a really cool thing to add to the show. What else? I mean, breaking's doing well. I know it's a bit of a slow season right now because I think playoffs are going like happening. Everyone's waiting for the
right.
person to pop off. Huge spike in Pokemon. I don't know if you guys have walked around and seen all the Pokemon cards going around.
Pokemon's still a thing?
There's a
Pokemon's still a thing.
Really? People still do?
there's a good and bad. I've seen like
Yeah.
a good and bad. Like I took a little break from it, but like it's nice to see like just because there's not a lot of product, just because how hot Pokemon is right now.
Right.
It's nice to see a lot of people actually just trading.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
on the floor, so that's something like you don't see a lot on the floor.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of that today, which is nice.
I think we got a good mix of sports and Pokemon here. So there is like, you know, a crowd for everything. We now see like these keychains that are popping up. I see like a lot of people selling these little Labubu things. And
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
no idea what the hell that is, but yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, we're at the one in December, right? And just looking at where you went from the December one to this one, it's
Yeah.
like, what happened in these 2 months? Where it went
that
from
includes sports because sports has cards are like I was just telling Sunny earlier, just baseball took a big deep dive.
Yeah.
Like there was not even a market for baseball cards,
Right.
and now suddenly it's a huge market again, and it's just come back.
It's crazy. And I don't know if it has to do with like this season or anything, because I think baseball's starting soon, right?
Yeah, it starts this coming Thursday.
So I think that's what it is. You know what? Actually, with my breaks, people join baseball more than all the other
Oh, really?
sports. Yeah, like
Really?
basketball's doesn't fill as fast, but baseball fills in like maybe a few hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I think it's because the prospect aspect, like people are looking for the prospects instead of the rookies.
Well, this is, I'm
That
telling
makes
you, like
sense?
I grew up collecting hockey cards and on the side baseball cards.
Yeah.
Those were my two sports. And like in the 90s, baseball was huge, especially early 90s, just from the 70s and 80s.
Right.
But it took a huge nosedive. Like nobody was collecting baseball cards anymore, especially with prospects. It's hard to hit on prospects in baseball.
Yeah.
But this past, I feel like the last year and a half, it's come back stronger. I'm seeing people trading baseball cards out there. I'm seeing graded baseball cards out there. It's just not something I saw like in the last few card shows I went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even when you look at it generationally, like in the 40s, 50s, 60s, like it was baseball cards.
It was baseball,
Right?
yeah.
Like
a lot
there
of,
really wasn't
like,
anything else,
Our
right?
parents, grandparents, like people who grew up in America at least,
Exactly.
and we grew up watching baseball,
Yeah.
right? So
Well,
that was what people were collecting.
You know what? I mean, there's a lot of athleticism in baseball now. Like, obviously, you know, there's a lot of skills that you need in a lot of sports. But I know baseball is definitely one of the harder ones to get pat down. And like a lot of people are looking for the vintage stuff now, right?
Yeah.
The vintage
The
stuff.
vintage, like the Babe Ruth, the Willie Mays. I think there's like a few that I've seen come up, but
And Shohei's obviously.
Shohei is gonna
He's
stay
made
up.
a big splash.
Shohei, I think, single-handedly brought eyes back to the sport where people were like so turned off of him for a while, right? And now it's like, all right, this guy's cool,
Yeah.
and then this whole
And he
chaos.
has a worldwide appeal, right? So
that,
he has a
and then like,
worldwide appeal.
and here in Toronto, like what's happening with Vladdy, everyone's like paying more attention to that too, right? So
yeah, exactly.
that could be the thing with like baseball. Okay, baseball's kind of cool again. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, it's like starting to make the comeback from what it. I mean, everything in this market dips, but then it always comes up. You just never know when it dips and when it comes back, right?
And then we have this new thing over here called Pokemon. I've never heard of it before.
What is
right?
that?
But first,
What is
like this
Pokemon?
overnight success of this Pokemon thing, like it's insane. Like we were talking to Cyril earlier,
Yeah.
and we were just talking about just like how, like I can't even put into words like just how nuts it's gotten, right? And everyone's just kind of shaking their heads at it. It's just like, what is going on?
It's so true. Again, from someone that collects sports cards, but also works at like, sort of a TCG shop, it is crazy. Like people will come in and always just look at the Pokemon first. And then they'll ask me all these questions, and I'm like, guys, I have no idea. I'm like, ask me a sports card question, I'll tell you. When it comes to like the sets, when it comes to the new releases, like I know nothing. Like I have to wait for Cyril to come in and tell me like this is coming
Why
out.
this set is flying off the shelves.
Or like which is coming out. Like I think someone came in, they're like, do you have like Heat Wave Arena? I'm like, what is that? What is a Heat Wave Arena? It's Pokemon. I was like, oh shit, I don't even know. Like
Heat Wave Arena, are you sure you're in the right store?
Yeah,
Maybe
like-
you gotta go down that way.
Heat Wave Arena. I'm like, yeah, Miami Heat's playing, man. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
That's great.
But yeah, no, it's been crazy.
That's good. So again, run the hobby. This is your baby,
This is the baby, yeah.
right?
This
And
is it.
I was so floored at like when I came in and we saw the size of the place, right?
Yeah.
And then I was just like, it's significant. Like this is big.
This is bigger, way
And,
bigger, yeah.
and then when I caught Cyril out in the lobby, I was just joking. I'm like, oh, next time we're gonna attack Expo. We gotta get bigger than Expo, right? You gotta set the bar high.
Yeah,
but like,
exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Like, where's your vision for Run the Hobby? Like, where do you want to see this like 3 years down the road, 5 years down the road?
I mean, you know what? I mean, the collectible space is like only expanding, and there's so many things that people collect now. Like again, you see, right? Like the keychains.
Yeah,
we got
that's a great
here
point, yeah.
We got guys with sneakers. Like I'm all about the culture, like collecting culture. So integrating like other collectors with the card collectors. Like I think sneakers and sports cards kind of go hand in hand. We could also do like like a TCG, Run the Hobby type of thing. So it's really like the name is kind of diverse. We did start off with like a basketball tournament first, and then doing a trade show. So it went from that to now it's just a trade show. So yeah, I don't know. I think in the future, I did want to do like we did talk about like doing what's it called, tournaments, like tournaments. Like,
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, like so there are
Yeah.
sports card tournaments. There's like Pokemon tournaments. There's like Lorcana tournaments. Like kind of like
there's probably a huge
Yeah.
huge crowd for that. Like I find it a lot of stores find it hard to just run those. It takes a lot of effort.
It does.
Right,
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that would love to do that.
So what we're saying today for everybody is Run the Hobby 2028 in the Rogers Center.
that's it. You guys heard it here first.
Right? 43,000 people, and we're gonna have tournaments.
We're gonna have all types of tournaments. Come on here and promote your brand. Come on here and promote your website. Official and Belligerent, boys. Honestly, some of the best in the business. Definitely gonna take off. So you definitely want to be here in the beginning, before you cannot get a spot.
Of
So
course,
just saying.
100%. Again, we want to thank you for having us come on and do this. This is great. First time we've done anything like this.
Beautiful.
It's a first thing. It's a first for a lot of people too, right?
Yeah, no, this is a great concept. I hope more people come in and do more interviews with you guys.
I appreciate it.
But
Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you guys.
All right, Francis, we know you're busy, so you want to get back to it. We get it. Thank you for sitting
I'll
down with
see you
us.
guys. Thank you.
Later. All right, boys. It's nearing the end here at Run the Hobby. This was a cool experience. The first time that we've done something like this, and
I think so too.
And
Definitely.
the guests that we had come on, right? Different kinds of guests, right? Like we've always had guests in the past, but today was really interesting. It was great to like talk to everyone, and
it's unique, right? It's like it's a different community, right? Like I think just the hobby community in general. Meet a lot of different personalities, and anybody can get into it. From kids to middle age to maybe in your 70s.
Yeah,
right.
we
You
got
see guys here in their 60s and 70s collecting hockey cards.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can hear it in the background. We got like a 3-year-old like wheeling and dealing with some Pokemon cards right now.
Oh, yeah.
Getting them young,
Yeah, I get it.
You know what? That's perfect picture, and really puts this whole day in perspective.
Yeah.
Like it is for the kids. It is. It's a little bit for everybody, and families get a great opportunity to do something with their kids, and it's very generational.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a big positive.
We managed to get some time to walk around the floor too. Jag got his Sun Go On Funko here. Sonny got his.
Been looking for a while for that, so
yeah.
It's nice.
Sonny kinda got his Lane Hudson Young Guns, sort of.
Yeah, close.
Close, but no cigar. Like we got Malio on there too. It'd be nice if it was just Hudson, but whatever it is.
I didn't know they made the doubles like that.
I didn't either. When Buddy pulled it out, I was like, sorry. I mean, it's Hudson with a Young Gun, so whatever. I'll take it
Might
right
as
now.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
Take a small one.
Yeah. But yeah, great show. It's bigger than what it was
It's
the last
definitely
time.
bigger
yeah.
than what I expected. So there's a lot of hundreds of people just coming in and out. I was parked 3 parking lots down the road. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of traffic here, and it was good to see.
Yeah, so shout out to Francis, top prospect, for organizing this, man. This is just going to get bigger and better, and we can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And that's a wrap for the Belligerent Brown Boys that run the hobby, man. It was a blast. Long day, but it was a good one.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
see you guys around.
Yeah, so we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.